So our souls, you know, bigger than just our physical bodies?
Oh yeah, the physical body is nothing more than a avatar that kind of temporally holds, a version of your spirit and soul inside of it. So I believe there's a soul and a spirit, okay? And that your spirit is tethered to a soul in a higher dimension. That's just my personal opinion. But the avatar body itself is completely useless without something inhabiting it. It'll just lay there, just like the movie Avatar. And so at the moment that a spermatozoa enters into the ovum, there's this spark. And this spark is when life actually enters into that egg, and then mitosis starts. But at that moment of that spark, I believe that's a person's spirit entering into that egg, entering into that union at that exact moment. That's when you arrive here again for who knows how many times you've come back. But that's another version of reincarnation at that exact moment.
Right.
And then what holds this body together, what holds your spirit inside the body are three things, in my opinion. The neocortex, right? The neo from the Matrix, responsible for higher reasoning and understanding and logic and everything else. The neural correlates of consciousness, 3 giant neurons that wrap around the inside of the skull, looks like a crown of thorns on a CT scan. Sound familiar? Crown of thorns? Mm-hmm. We're all walking around with a crown of thorns.
Okay.
And then your magnetite crystals, there's billions of them in our brain. And those 3 things, based on biological science, seem to have the ability to hold the spirit in the body and allow consciousness to stream in and out. We are not creating consciousness in our brain. We're downloading and sending and receiving a stream of it. We don't make it. It's not local. It's multidimensional.
I remember the last time you were here, you talked about there was someone able to track your consciousness.
Yeah.
And when someone passed, it went to a certain part of the universe or outside of the universe. It went to a certain place. Maybe you could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, what I was saying was that they were tracking the, not when they passed, they were tracking the synapses in the brain.
Okay.
And they found that our conscious thoughts were disappearing out of this realm.
Right.
And going somewhere else in the universe, in the multiverse even, they said. And then they would reappear. So they would go and come back, and they hypothesized they were leaving. This is years ago, that they were leaving our dimension, right? And they said they were quantum entangling with information somewhere else. Now, recent science comes back all of a sudden and realizes they were right the whole time. And they realized that the synapses are tapping into the multidimensional, even the multi-universe. So how they learned this was the quantum computer by Google. They took that quantum computer, brought it online. They gave it a problem to solve, which would have taken every computer in the world, I forget, trillions of years to figure out. It solved it in minutes or hours or something really small amount of time. And they said, how in the hell did it do that? Because they didn't even think it would be that quick. And when they checked into the process of how it got the answer, it went into the multiverse for the answer and brought all possibilities back and solved the problem. Now, what is a quantum computer? It's only a fractal of us. It's modeled after the human consciousness. So we have a quantum computer right here. They try to create the brain, and we call it into a physical form called a chip. So we have the same capability, and that's what we're already doing.